Hollywood has always been captivated by beauty, grace, mystery. But ever so often, a star shines so brightly that history itself struggles to remember. Her name was Harper. Actress, icon, heartbreaker, and perhaps the most celebrated miniature poodle to ever grace the silver screen. This is the true Hollywood story of the infamous Harper Benton. Harper's story began far from the flashing lights of Hollywood. She was born on Long Island, New York, where ocean breezes carried dreams much larger than the tiny puppy who chased them. Friends described her as fearless, curious, occasionally dramatic, especially around bath time. Even then, it was clear she wasn't destined for an ordinary life. Legend has it, a talent scout first noticed Harper while she was simply out on her afternoon walk. She wasn't performing, she wasn't posing. She merely stopped, turned towards the sunlight, and somehow found her spotlight. Hollywood executives called it magic. Harper called it unexpected. By the mid-century, Harper had become the face of American cinema. Audiences adored her effortless charm. Critics praised her emotional range. She could express heartbreak, triumph, suspicion, and absolute betrayal, all before breakfast, usually because somebody opened a bag of treats without sharing. Directors competed for her attention. Photographers followed her everywhere. Fans copied her signature hairstyle, though few could pull it off. She became known for arriving fashionably late, refusing to work before noon, and demanding only the finest accommodations, specifically whichever couch happened to be the softest. Fame came easily to Harper. Love did not. Through the 1960s and early 70s, Harper became Hollywood's most photographic star. Unfortunately, she also became the most notorious romantic. Studio executives worried the headlines were beginning to overshadow the films, but Harper remained unapologetic. She loved deeply until someone more interesting walked by. Success changed Harper. The sweet girl from Long Island was gone. In her place stood a diva. Behind the glamorous smile, cracks began to appear. Friends noticed she was becoming unpredictable. Then came the incident that would change everything. Production had nearly wrapped on Breakfast at Barclays when tensions boiled over. Nobody knows who started it, and some say it was artistic differences. Others believed it was a tennis ball. The confrontation lasted nearly 45 seconds, but it made headlines across the world. Then, a story that would define an era. A late-night drive, a tiny automobile, and a traffic stop that captivated America. Witnesses reported erratic driving, frequent lane drifting, and stopping every few feet to investigate suspicious squirrels. Tests later confirmed that Harper had consumed 3 puppuccinos and approximately half a rotisserie chicken. Authorities determined she simply shouldn't have been driving because she was a dog. Hollywood loves a comeback. After months away from the spotlight, Harper returned, older, wiser, slightly slower, but no less glamorous. She would spend the rest of her days exactly as she had always wanted, adored by fans, pampered by assistants, and still convinced that every delivery driver had come just to see her. Like all great stars, Harper eventually stepped away from the spotlight. She chose a quieter life, filled with afternoon naps, neighborhood walks, gourmet snacks, and carefully supervising absolute everything from below the kitchen table. Today's younger generations may never know her name, but those fortunate enough to witness Harper remember something special. She reminded us that true elegance can't be taught. It simply walks into a room, usually on 4 perfectly groomed paws, and somehow steals every scene.